Here we are for the next race of the Northeast Swing in the Gatorade Cup Series. We're here at New Hampshire for the running of the LENOX 301. Before we get going, let's take a look at our 42 car field. On the pole, you have the 48 of Isaac Nichols, 2 is outside the 87 of John West. Max Harrison rolls off third, DJ Reed in fourth, and the guy who won the last race at Dover, looking to go 2 in a row, Kevin Bannon rounds up the top 5. In 6th is Brady Wormnest. 7th is Luke Rainey. 8th, Andrew Miller. 2 teammates make up row 5, riding out the top 10, Trey Rainey and Jonathan Buford. And then you got Jake Jefferson and Eli Bright, along with Riley Spurley-Tube and Carter Friesen. Adam Lewis and the guy who dominated Dover, but was involved in that big crash with about 10 laps to go, Jeff Bright in the 5. Michael Canto, and then you got Tim Gary. Michael Gregory, and then Code Luigi, your points leader. And then Patrick Smith and Keegan Thompson. Tim Randolph and Francis Dustin. Wyatt Walker and then TJ Hanley. Jason Smeo Jr. and Marcus Sachi. Justin Heath and Jace Anderson. Brandon Tharp, and then you got Derek Bouchard. Joe Jefferson and Josh Samito, William Seaman, and second in points Alexander Rowe, starting way back in the pack. Alex Stewart and Kay Samito, then you got Evan Hunter and Levi Jones, and rounding out the field, Javier Hernandez in the 78, and then 42nd is the 24 of Cynthia Bright. They have a ton of work to do because track position means a lot here in New Hampshire with passing at a limit. Now to go down track side, here are the most famous words in motorsports.
Because they've been sitting around for so long. So just be calm, be patient, pay attention to who's around you. 10-4, Chad, I got you, buddy.
42 cars roll off here at New Hampshire for 45 laps around the Magic Mile. Last race that's over was a pretty calm one until we had that big wreck with about 10 to go. Then it became wild. We saw Kevin Bannon pass with about 1.5 laps to go and stole the victory from Riley Spurley-Tube. What's going to happen today? Pace car in, getting set to go green, the LENOX 301. We are racing at New Hampshire. Down the backstretch they come. Nichols and Anderson have cleared. Then you got the battle for third behind Kevin Bannon looking underneath John West. That is for the third position, as we mentioned. As they come off turn number 4 for the first time. Isaac Nichols will lead lap 1 as the front 2 have pulled away from the battle for third. John West going to get cleared on the high side. Yeah, got a big push from DJ Reed into turn 1 right there. Got him away. And now Reed's going to look to do the same around the outside Kevin Bannon. Right now the outside lane looking pretty swell. Look at the run for DJ Reed there. The top side working for that 21 team. Look at Bray Ernest around the outside Kevin Bannon as well. So the outside the place to be right now, making up gains. As Kevin Bannon falling back, he's outside the top 5 now. Make it to 6th. And here comes DJ Reed for third. 21 car does look pretty strong here early on, going for third place. Reed won earlier this season at Las Vegas. He had to sit out 3 races, so right now he's not in the chase. And a lot below. He needs to make the All-Star races, basically his one goal, which he has done already because he's won this season. And then he has to win that race. And that's probably his only way of making it into the chase. Now we say that's probably his only way because if he has a few good runs and some others up there in points struggle a little bit, who knows? See right here the battle for 4th. Brady Ernest trying to get to the inside John West, and that has brought Kevin Bannon up to the outside of the 10 car and will possibly get by him. As they hit 3 and 4, oh, not quite. Warness with a great 3 and 4 right down the bottom lane. Yeah, cleared. Back there, your points leader in the middle of a 3 wide. I see that big target car. Code Luigi in the middle of a 3 wide right now. That's just inside the top 20. Keegan Thompson drove it to the bottom of Code Luigi there down the front stretch. Michael Kent all the way up top. They luckily sailed that before anything came of it. Code Luigi will fall back in position, but try and get one for Michael Cantor right here. As they hit 3 and 4, Luigi really dove it in that time. And possibly will get underneath Thompson. Their points leader start just inside the top 20. And is made up, I think, about 1 position to 18th. If you're going to pass, it's going to happen late in the run when the tires are kind of worn off and all that. See 2 Brights up here bound for 15th. Eli Bright in the 88. Jeff Bright in the 5. Ooh, Gregory. Dive bombing in on Jeff Bright. Look back up front. For the race lead, Max Harrison trying to get underneath Isaac Nichols, and this has brought DJ Reed into this battle. So we have a 3-car battle right now for the race lead. And Max Harrison with a great run down the bottom of 1 and 2, but can Nichols get a great run off the top of 1 and 2? And Harrison Now going to have to hold off DJ Reed for a second as Isaac Nichols has finally gotten clear. Keeps that race lead for now. He's going to keep second as well. DJ Reed not going to be able to get by him unless, well, he got a great run off of turn 4. Nope, he's going to get that position to Max Harrison, possibly give up one to Brady Wormness, the 10 car coming up. Yeah, not much happens here at New Hampshire. You'll see some passes here and there, but overall, very hard to pass here, and normally single file. The dirty air, very big here. Look back here at a battle. I believe that's for the 8th position. Jay Jefferson in the 1, the 2 of Luke Rainey. That is for 8th. And Jefferson's going to get right on by Luke Rainey. And Rainey's teammate going to get right on by him. So Luke going to fall back to, I believe, the 10th position unless Adam Lewis cannot get by him right here. And Luke is battling on the top lane. And then you got Trey Rainey there in 11th. And you know when you see your sibling behind you want to keep him back there. You have a little bit of a sibling rivalry going with each other, and you want to beat each other every race, no matter how much it's by. If he finishes 38th, you at least want to finish 37th. And right now that's happening. Luke Rainey 10th, Trey Rainey in the 11th position. Carter Friesen in the 12th position. Haven't talked about him much this season. He's been involved in a lot of wrecks and just some terrible luck overall. He's hoping to rebound here at New Hampshire. Up front, still the same. Isaac Nichols leading in the number 48. And Hendrick has found some speed as of late. Jeff Bright has had a ton of speed, hasn't been able to get to victory lane, but he's led a lot of laps lately. Isaac Nichols has qualified pretty well along with Eli Bright and Cynthia Bright. In this race, once again, Nichols qualifies on pole. He's right now leading here at New Hampshire. One of his teammates, Eli Bright, is battling up inside the top 15. He's right now battling for the 15th position with Michael Gregory. And then you got another teammate, Jeff Bright, just a little bit farther back in the number 5 car. He's right now in the 19th position. He's lost some ground, but if he saves his tires here, he can make a hard charge late in the run. They got Cynthia Bright, who started last, right now in 41st, obviously not making much ground. And Alexander Rowe, actually back in 42nd, second in points, not having a day that he wants, as he's definitely going to lose second in points if he stays there. DJ Reed has gotten around Max Harrison to second. Brady Wormness is going to do the same, but that's for third. As Harrison's starting to fall back just a little bit, number 83 car. Behind them, you have a 4-way battle for the 6th position. John West is falling. Kevin Band's going to go from 7th to 6th right here in 3 and 4. Jay Jefferson's going to try and follow suit to 7th. And then you got 2 teammates behind Adam Lewis and Luke Rainey. They're right now 9th and 10th. And John West gets in line. Jay Jefferson can't do anything quite yet on him. And Jefferson's going to get right back in line. As we look ahead, battle for the race lead. DJ Reed out of line underneath Isaac Nichols in 3 and 4. Great run for the 21 in the middle of 3 and 4. That car rotated well, got back to the gas sooner than Isaac Nichols. He clears down the front straightaway. New race leader, it's DJ Reed in the 21, but here comes Brady Wormness in the 10 now to the bottom lane. Big battle there. We just had a lead change. We might have another one right here. Wormness with a great run. Couldn't hold off turn number 2, though. That top lane. Strong, and Isaac Nichols falls back to 3rd. He's trying to get in line. He's actually going to enter the high side of 3 and 4. And Andrew Miller is into this battle. He's right now in the 5th position. Decent run for him. He's towards the top 10 in points, so he's within a spot to where he can possibly get into the chase with a few good runs. Of course, the chase is just a little bit away, but it will be coming any time. It'll come up faster than you expected. That's happened a lot of seasons. Drivers have not really expected the chase to come up, and there it is looming over them. They're in a must-win position or whatever. And DJ Reed is in a must-win situation. However, it's in a must-win in the All-Star race. But another win or two won't hurt him. In fact, it'll help him. Because if he doesn't win the All-Star race, his only hope is to try and get enough points to get into the top 20 in points and then have enough wins to get to the wild card position, which is banking on a lot to happen for his season. As Brady Wormness almost clears DJ Reed right there for the front position. He might have him right here down the front straightaway. Reed with a great run off the top. However, he's not going to be able to get beside Wormness enough to where the 10 car will lose that position. Brady Wormness now to the race lead. So that's another lead change here at New Hampshire. Kind of uncharacteristic of this race. We normally see 1, maybe 2 leaders at most, but we just saw 2 lead changes there within the span of about 5 laps. That was an insane time there on track. Kevin Band, Jay Jefferson trying to run down this battle. They got John West, Adam Lewis, Luke Rainey, Carter Friesen. Trey Rainey's kind of falling back. And here's Riley Spurleytube. He, heartbreak after Dover is all you can really say. He was given a big gift after the front 5 or so wrecked out. He was just outside the top 5 in the 6th position. There he was with the race lead on a restart. He pulled away, and then Kevin Bandon, however, had a better car or maybe some fresher tires. He drove right around Riley Spurleytube with 1.5 laps to go, and Spurleytube ends up 2nd. So it was a heartbreak for him and his team. He looked on the positive side of it, said, hey, look, we got 2nd. We can build off of this and try and get better runs. He's right now running in the 13th position. Not a bad position to be in, because you never know, we can have a restart here in a few laps. We look back there, Code Luigi going for the 15th position. Your points leader trying to make a charge here towards the mid part of this race. We're coming to 25 laps to go, which will mean 20 laps down. Code Luigi is going to get to 15th right there. Jonathan Buford up ahead. It is all, as you can see right here, Brady Ernest, who is pulling away from DJ Reed, Isaac Nichols, and others behind. That's probably the biggest lead we've seen anyone have here today. There's the guy starting pole, Isaac Nichols, in the number 48, trying to get back up to the front. Right now running in the 3rd position, but I don't think 3rd's going to do much for him with the points position he's in. He's outside the top 30, I believe, in points. Just has not been a great season for your IROC champion. And that 48 team has really struggled over the past few seasons. 48 hasn't really made the chase a lot. I believe it made the chase in season number 1 with Dan Bandon. But ever since then, it's kind of been downhill for that Hendrick team. Last season with Jay Jefferson, they picked up a win in the Coca-Cola 600. Came about half a car length from sweeping Charlotte in the Bank of America 500. But that was really their only high of the season. And they were hoping for bigger things with Isaac Nichols here today, or this season. But Nichols hasn't really shown. He's had a lot of bad luck, a lot of wrecks. But overall, the Hendrick cars haven't really had speed. But as of late, they have. And Nichols right now might fall to 5th as he just got passed by Max Harrison. Andrew Miller moves to the inside and will get by him off of turn number 4. So Nichols possibly didn't really save the tires at the beginning, is now showing that as he is falling just a little bit. He's still putting up a fight with Miller, though. Just Andrew going to power off of turn number 2 right there. Nichols stays to the high side, though, and got a great run. Big pal for the 4th position. Thought Andrew Miller had it about half a lap ago, and now here's Nichols still fighting for it. Yeah, this was about the time last lap where we thought Nichols was going to give it up to Miller, but keeping tough on the outside lane, doing a really great job. Well, let's bring Kevin Band and Jay Jefferson to the fight and allowing the front 3 to get away. Finally, Andrew Miller gets by Isaac Nichols. Oh, Nichols looking to do the crossover. Miller saying nope, and shut the door on him. As we come to 20 laps to go, Brady Wormnest is pulling away from DJ Reed and Max Anderson. As Levi Schoens has hit pit road. That's Brady Wormnest's teammate. If that's something like terminal with the engine, you have to be worrying if you're Brady Wormnest. I think it's just maybe a tire issue. But even then, if it's a tire issue, you better hope it's not something with the setup, because they probably have similar setups in these cars. And Schoens wasn't having a great run either. He was back in the 30s. Just wasn't able to really march his way up towards the front. The track position really big here. Start position huge. And if you don't really get a starting position within the top 20, it's not going to be a great day for you. As we'll look at Alexander Rowe, who started in the 30s. He's still back here battling for 41st with Alex Stewart and Cynthia Bright. Bright started 42nd, so you just see how much ground she hasn't made up. She's made up, what, 2-3 positions. And you can see the guys that started back here are still back here. So tough day for these guys. Hopefully they can rebound, as we're going to Pocono next race, and that track is known for passing. Look up ahead, Cole Luigi's got up to the 14th position, moving to the outside of Riley Spurleytube for 13th. So Cole Luigi making a little bit of a charge here, trying to get around that 47 car. It's very strange that I elected to go to the high side of the 47 car. Most drivers wait to see if that bomb opens up. Cole Luigi going straight to the high side, and as a points leader, you know your 2 closest competitors in points are back there in the 30s. Might as well try and experiment some things. If you lose 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, you'll still be ahead of them on track, as Cole Luigi moves to the 13th position, has clearly has his sights set on Trey Rainey, Carter Friesen, and then John West rounds out the top 10. Luke Rainey's gotten around the A7 for the 9th position. Up ahead, the battle for 5th is on. Kevin Bannon has caught Isaac Nichols, who is fading just a little bit here. Bannon and Jay Jefferson are closing in on these front 5 cars. I'm really surprised Kevin did not make a move right there. He had a great run into turn 1. I thought he was going to dive to the inside the 48. However, he stays behind him. Got a little bit dirty air on the nose right there. Had to let off just a little bit more. He got tight in the corner. And that's something about these corners. They're very flat, but they are long. Flat and long corners. And you're in the dirty air for so long here in the corner. Something we'll see next race at Pocono. You're in the dirty air for such a long time. It's battle back there for 10th. Carter Friesen looking to march his way into the top 10. He has John West to his outside. Code Luigi up to 12th, going for 11th. That 42 car is showing some muscle, but that is why they are your points leader. Oh, Trey Rainey did have a problem. He actually did have to come down pit road. He's going to be scored in the 41st position. We're hearing it was a flat tire on the 56. And now he's coming back down. Possibly some more problems, maybe a speeding penalty. So that's why these guys have gained a position. But that's a heartbreak for Trey Rainey, running really well, and that's not good for his points position. He has a win, so he can try and use that as a wild card. But even then, not in a good points position. As we look up ahead, Brady Wormnest dominating this race. See, Trey Rainey is down pit road. Possibly a speeding penalty on the 56 or some other violation. DJ Reed, Max Harrison gone by. Andrew Miller is 4th. And then you got the battle for 5th. Here comes Kevin Bannon underneath Isaac Nichols. He's going to move around that 48 car. So Bannon, the last few races, has come alive. He's had some great races, hoping to march his way back into the top 20 points and use his 2 wins as wild cards. Still side by side. John West actually held off Carter Friesen there. We saw towards the back of that. And Luigi actually got around Friesen. So battle for 10th, 11th, 12th is on. They got TJ Hanley up to 13th. I don't know where that 3rd car came from, but he's marching to life here late. And very strong by that 30 team as well. They've been top 10 in points. As you can see, Jay Jefferson trying to get around the outside of Kevin Bannon right there. Bannon lost some time on the inside of Isaac Nichols, and Jefferson might get right on by to the 6th position. Bannon hanging tough on the inside with 11 laps to go. Trey Rainey once again back down pit road, so possibly caught in that pitting glitch that we do not like. Jefferson, I think he's going to clear Kevin Bannon right here down the backstretch into turn 3. Bannon's going to drive it off into the corner. Put Jefferson up the track a little bit, but Jay Jefferson is going to grab the 6th position. Adam Lewis going for 5th now. Excuse me, going for 7th. And Jay Jefferson, he needs this run. He's had some terrible races and bad luck, but down towards the bottom of the points list, a great run here could mean something else for him. He's going to need a win either here or at Pocono to make the All-Star race, as he's not in any other criteria to make the All-Star race. And if he doesn't do that, he will have to try and get in through the Open. So, you know, you definitely want to win a race and not have it all rely on one race at Charlotte in the Open. Oh, and Lewis underneath Kevin Bannon. Bannon went up the track just a little bit, got a little tight, and here comes Adam Lewis for the 7th position. We're now going to look ahead to your race leader, Brady Wormnest, all by himself. DJ Reed trying to run him down. It's just not going to be enough. That 10 car is awfully strong here today and pulling away from DJ Reed lap after lap. The gap is up to 1.3 seconds over the 21 car. And Trey Rainey going to go multiple laps down along with Levi Shones. They will finish off the lead lap and in some poor positions. Yeah, the front 4 really spread out. And then 5th on back, kind of 5th to 8th are in a big pack. Then you got 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. And then you got a whole pack of cars behind Carter Friesen. We're just trying to make their way up to the front, trying to get every point they can. Look at this battle for 11th. TJ Hanley and John West. You got a battle for 9th up there with Code Luigi and Luke Rainey. Jay Jefferson trying to get around Isaac Nichols. That's the car Jefferson drove last season to 1 victory at Charlotte in the Coca-Cola 600. And he lost by half a car length in the other Charlotte race, the Bank of America 500. It would have been a great highlight of Jefferson's season if he could have swept Charlotte last season. He came very close to it. Jefferson does grab the 5th position. As we look ahead, come to 5 laps to go for Brady Wormness. As long as nothing strange happens, he has this race in the bag. The gap is up to 1.3. Cars are coming down pit road. Is this possibly going to turn to a fuel mileage? Eli Bright, Riley Sprigg, that's some people towards the top 10 in points. Or towards the top 10 in the track. Oh, cars are pitting, so it's turning into a fuel mileage. So coming to 4 laps to go. When does your race leader, Brady Wormness, come down pit road? Coming down now. Oh my goodness, it has turned into a fuel game. Kevin Ban had to stay on. Oh, he's gonna. Yeah, he cut down right in front of Trey Rainey. Code Luigi gonna stay out. He's gonna try and lead a lap to get 5 bonus points. He does get those 5 bonus points. Remember, he said he's at the top of the points list. So every point he can get, very big for him. Now, if he can stay out 3.5 more laps, he can win this race, but I don't think that's gonna happen for him. Coming to 3 to go this time. 42 looks like he is going to peel off onto pit road this time. No, he's staying out with TJ Hanley. Caution has come out, that's why! And does that end the race with Cole Luigi out front? And what has the caution come out for? Who has crashed? There was a crash in 3 and 4. DJ Reed has wrecked. 21 car with some severe damage there. Can he make it to the line where he is? 22nd, I believe. As Cole Luigi and TJ Hanley gonna be in fuel conservation for them. Kevin Bass go flying by them. I believe he is on the lead lap. So Cole Luigi, TJ Hanley, Brandon Tharp, I believe are the guys that have stayed. Oh gosh, I'm very scared with seeing these guys go flying on by. So Cole Luigi and TJ Hanley, remember they were making runs later into the, they're making big charges late into the run. They had stayed out, or they had saved their tires, so possibly saving fuel as well towards the beginning of the run. And maybe it saved enough fuel to get them to the finish line. They have to go 45 laps on a tank. We have 8 cars scored on the lead lap there. Cole Luigi and TJ Hanley. Then you got Brady Wormnest. I believe the next car is Andrew Miller. Then I believe it's Brandon Tharp, Kevin Bandon, Julius Anderson, Jason Semino Jr. And then you got Riley Spraywood and Luke Rainey a lap down. But how has this race just been turned upside down once again? 2 races in a row where the race has just been turned upside down because of a caution at a strange time. Last race at Dover, we saw the caution come out with, there wasn't a caution that came out for a wreck. And then it involved the leaders as well. And then the caution came out. And now here, we're in the middle of pit cycles with under 5 to go. Cole Luigi and TJ Hanley stay out an extra lap, and they get a caution in their favor. But remember, they have to make it a mile, and this race has come down to fuel mileage in the past. So here they come to the white flag. Cole Luigi and TJ Hanley have to make it around one more time in New Hampshire. Cole Luigi looking for his 2nd win of the season. His first came at Watkins Glen, in which he dominated. This one would be a luck win, but a win is a win, and the team, with some great strategy, might have just gotten him the victory. We're not giving it him yet, because we have seen some commentators jinxes in the past, and we don't want to jinx Cole Luigi or TJ Hanley just yet. But in case they do run out, Andrew Miller with a tire issue on the last lap is going to take him out of this race. He should finish in a decent position, hopefully. If Andrew Miller took the white flag, which I don't think he did, but if he had taken the white flag, he would have been fine. So this race takes an unexpected twist. Many things happening at once. We're going to have to recap this after this. We're going to see what caused the caution first. So if Cole Luigi could just hold 50 miles an hour for about 500 more feet, he's going to win the LENOX 301 at New Hampshire. His 2nd win of the season. He's going to extend his points lead drastically. Off of turn number 4, Cole Luigi, TJ Hanley had some great strategy. Their teams give them the strategy to get them out front. A caution saves them. Cole Luigi wins here in New Hampshire. And what are the odds of that happening? Cole Luigi, with some great luck here, wins it at New Hampshire and extends his points lead back up. So let's see what happened first to DJ Reed to bring out the caution flag to end this race. So here's what happened. Coming out of the pits is DJ Ray in the 21. You can see the 6 of Brandon Tharp right there. Reed coming out, he gets a little bit higher. Tharp trying to make the corner and just misjudges where that 21 is and spins them both hard into the outside wall. Tharp goes around, DJ Reed also goes around. That is why the caution was thrown. Cars were sideways on the track. Now, if we had watched the race the last race and said that should have been a caution, you know, how is this a caution? Something like cars crashing into pit rows and pit walls aren't. We don't know, but it ends the race in Luigi's favor, along with TJ Hanley. Hanley ends up second. Luigi ends up with the win. Let's go now and check the finish and results. Here are the finish results from the LENOX 301 at New Hampshire. There was 1 caution flag for 3 laps and 3 lead changes among 4 different drivers. And Luigi got a great time caution. He led 5 laps, and it gets him the victory. TJ Hanley ends up second. He also was on the same strategy as Code. And third, you have Bray Runners. You have to feel for him more. Just because he dominated the race, led 24 laps, he had that in hand if a caution didn't come out because his crew got him off pit road in front. Kevin Bann ends up in the 4th position, and Julius Anderson rounds out the top 5. They got Brandon Tharp in 6th, Jason Smino Jr. 7th. Then these guys were laps down on down. Rise Tube ends up 8th, Luke Rainey in 9th, Isaac Nichols after starting on pole, leading 13 laps, ends up 10th. So there's your top 20. Where did Joe Jefferson come from? He ends up 12th, Jay Jefferson 11th. DJ Reed falls to 20th after being involved in that last yellow. And then down here, you have to feel for some of these people down here. Some points contenders down here. Patrick Smith ends up 34th. See right there in the number 51 car. But then you have to feel for Andrew Miller, who is running inside the top 7. A tire issue with coming to the white flag relegates him to a 39th place finish. Disappointing for him, along with Max Anderson, who was up towards the front. He must have had a long pit stop as he ends up 2 laps down. Trey Rainey was DQ'd after some issues on pit road. So now let's go look at the point standings. So here are the point standings after New Hampshire. Luigi opens up his points lead to 80 points over Alexander Rowe, who is now 2nd in points. TJ Henley moves all the way up to 3rd in points after a great run at New Hampshire. Justin Heath is now 4th, and Tim Gary is 5th. Patrick Smith falls to 6th. Jeff Bright up to 7th. Alex Stewart up to 8th. Kevin Bandon now up into the top 10 points in 9th. And Andrew Miller rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. So your 2 wild cards as of now are John West and Joe Jefferson. Jefferson has 2 wins. West has 1. Some drivers inside the top 20 with wins. You have Trey Rainey in 16th. Evan Hunter in 19th. They need some more points to get up above the 87 or even get into the top 10. So look down 21st to 40. Some drivers down here. Luke Rainey is 25th right now in points with a win. He's just outside of the top 20. He made some big gains after a great result here. Cynthia Bright, some bad luck there for that 2014, and it continues down to 33rd in points. Jay Jefferson up to 34th in points. Great run for him today, along with Isaac Nichols up to 30th. DJ Ray is 37th. Michael Gregory down here. Riley Spurley, Keegan Thompson, Carter Fries, and Josh Samito all having seasons they want to forget. As the next race ends out the Northeast Swing, the Pocono 400 at Pocono. See you guys then.